Conference will now be recorded. This conference will now be recorded.
Working as a
This
work,
conference will now be
started my
recorded.
career as a software engineer and then moved towards the product side of the world and predominantly working more on the healthcare domain. And I have been working very closely with all the way from uh, uh, all the way from statistical models and conventional AI models or towards Gen AI and agentic workflows in healthcare. And I've
So,
been leading some projects in life sciences and
so
also in the healthcare payers of the side of the world. And the major reason I've joined here today is to understand better about how agentic is maturing and how we could leverage the power of agentic AI and how to relate that with the conventional AI, because so many people have started working in AI a long back, but not very sure like how much they were really able to tackle with the Gen AI or LLMs and fine tuning techniques and all, and how agentic is really helping in
that is
those
fine.
lines.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, Ravitiji. Yeah, thank you.
Mm,
I think very good experience. Okay. Thank you
mm.
for being here today. Definitely you will get some takeaway on the learning on agentic AI side.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Uh, Next, Shiva. Hi, Sridhar. Next. Anyone, guys? Okay, feel free to open.
Hi, I'm Raj.
Hi, Raj.
Yeah, I'm in the teaching profession. I would like to know something about. Would like to start my career in the field of AI. I don't have any previous experience.
No worries,
Yeah, I would
guys.
like to know in what way this can be useful for me.
Definitely. Okay. I think we are about to 806. Okay. Let's get started, guys. Okay. Definitely, I'm very much happy to listen each and everyone. Okay. More in depth as well in your one-to-one sessions, everything. But let's talk about today. First of all, I would like to thank each and everyone, genuinely, guys. Okay. At least you people give your time, okay, how the software is changing in the age of AI. I think what it means is like, especially it's our careers. At the same time, we are trying to upskilling ourselves, and also we are trying to get our more opportunities in the next 10 years. So the people, I think that Ravitesh is already spending like a 15 years. So let's consider our next 15 years, okay, how we are going to be moved towards finishing more industry towards from traditional to agentic side. So on this session, okay, definitely we are going to go through it. And about me, okay, I have like a 20 years of experience, and I have like a AI, ML, and agentic system. How we deployed has a statistical side, a traditional as a Gen AI. Along with agentic side, I deployed multiple models in production as well. So similarly, this is my overall experience. I'm very much happy, okay, to share my knowledge. It's a kind of like a community, guys. So we are trying to help students, researchers, at the same time working professionals. So we are trying to create a community where the next technologies can able to help us. The main agenda for today, more deep dive, how the software evolution happened on the agentic software side. At the same time, okay, we are going to discuss, okay, it's not the second topic, the psychology of LLM. See, most of the people will think like, okay, psychology we should understand. First of all, before we go anything on LLM side, first we should master on the psychology of LLMs. That was the reason I just put it on the second point itself before we go on a technical. Then what is agentic AI? Then we are moving to basic components. Once the foundation of the components, if you people understand, you can develop any of the agentic demos, irrespective of whichever the business you people are working. Finally, I will call out like some of the question and answers. Okay. So you are about some of the people. Okay. I think I know some of the people is like they are just starting the industry or they are students. and there are some experienced people. So you're about to enter the industry. So let's consider software is changing. The first, okay, why I'm saying like software is changing. To be frank, every as a software engineer, everybody knows every day they are keep on learning something, and also it's keep on changing. Look at how software is evolved last 70 years, guys. To be frank, whenever we started, okay, initially we called it as software 1.0 as a classical programming. So we are most of the humans, okay, we are the all the software engineers. Initially we write the programs, C, CPP, Java, Python. This is kind of like a map of GitHub. Okay, even you can go through any Google. See, this is of the initial programming languages. Every human we have the software people purely they written the logic by hand last 70 years. But again, the software is especially changing due to the fundamental change is never happened till 2010. Till 2010, guys. Okay, till 2010, there is nothing is changed in software. Every time there is a changes happening on the programming side and everything. But there is a fundamental shift happen on the 2010 onwards. As you people know that there is a software 2.0. So has a big data is coming back. At the same time, there is a neural network or machine learning. Has many of the people know traditional, right? As in neural networks also in the community space. So in 2.0, whatever we're writing till today also, many of the people, we never write from scratch. Most of the time we write tuning the programming or copy paste, or we are the best programmer to optimize. Guys, this is the problem statement we are getting. So based upon the neural networks, okay, our machine learning, most of the code we are generating as a 2.0. So similarly, if you can see Hugging Face, like has you people as a software, you people know GitHub as a similarly any of the machine learning models we developed, each and every model, like let's consider Atlas, even Flux, everything today, if you can see, this is a recent visualization I created for these guys, like and giant circles. These many models on the neural networks is changing 2.0. That means whatever we are writing by hand based upon the neural networks and the new models, we are completely eating software 1.0. But after the corona, everybody in India in the world, but at the same time in the software also there is a big change happened, very big change. So that is a change currently we are seeing again across the world, and impacting the quite fundamental change, guys. That we called as a software 3.0. So you please consider we are in already in the era of software 3.0. Here all neural networks in the past, whatever we are seeing now, becoming a programmable language of the neural networks, like a large language models. Now everybody needs see chat GPTs, right? These are comes under like a large language models. So this is what we call as software 3.0. Now your prompts, whatever we are typing, the prompt is simply like a plain English language. So nowadays there is a big era in the next 5 years as well. Software 3.0 is already entered. Now programs are moved to LLM. So we should make sure everything is a prompt engineering side, plain English side. So this is one of the example. Whatever I just discussed, okay, it is similar like a basic example. So initially software 1.0, the suppose if I want to write the basic program, so all the computer code and the 2.0, there is a neural network. At a 3.0, even the college today, whoever the people are taking AI, ML courses and BTech engineering, they're learning like a machine learning, even LLM, basic statistical side on the ML. Even they have not moved completely from a LLM side yet. So tomorrow as a 3.0, all your prompts becoming as a programs. It's If you can zoom in here, especially there is a prompt. These are like a different repositories. This is everything is open source, guys. Everything you can able to see in Google. Okay. Now every program we are trying to rewritten. So in a software, if one of the classic example, if I can consider sentiment classification. So in this example, if you can see 1.0, we are just defining the functions. In 2.0, yes, let's consider like everybody more curiosity on the movies also, right? The how the reviews, okay, as the initial traditional machine learning models, okay, bag of words, what kind of bad reviews are good reviews. Based upon that, we are measuring. But in 3.0, everything is prompting. You just need to give the context. Once you're giving the context on the LLM in plain English, you can able to get it out. So this is one of the big changes happening. So that is my first takeaway. Everybody should take on this call is like now we are moving on to the now programming side. Now we are moving towards to the programming computers in English. That is a minimum essential. New programming paradigm completely is changing. So why I'm saying these things, okay, these are the things Andrew, whoever the researchers, okay, right, latents, even the Elon Musk, everybody knows it, right? So today we are seeing this is complete software 1.0. So 2.0 is eating up as a neural network. So in this neural network, okay, in a Tesla, okay, we have observed in the Tesla company, okay, any autopilot. So whenever he's launching a car, initially before 2017 and 18, before, okay, before BERT, there is a BERT, okay, large language model. There's architecture before it's developed by Google. Before that, there is a completely statistical models. So here, neural networks, all the programs in the Tesla, they everything is written by C++ code. Whenever they're moving towards to software 2.0, they completely moved all their programs to neural networks, CPP. So in the, all they stack completely autopilot through neural networks. Now, in a if you can see more observations, okay, whenever there is a image side, even if you can see in the news, they are launching across 3 to 4 cities autopilot cabs in US, Tesla cars. That means they already using software 3.0 LLMs, completely taking care their software. So they cannot even their all their programs is written taken care by large language model itself. If there are any challenges, they are trying to get it. So this is our opportunity, guys. This is a very huge opportunity. So all whatever you are seeing, okay, in the complete rectangular space, software 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, 3.0 is the LLM efficiently handle the code, the complete code, efficiently handle the code at the same time, even we can able to execute the code. It's an enterprise wide systems. So it is our time, and also there is a more opportunities also. Don't think like okay, there is a AI is coming up, okay, there is no jobs. No, it's not like that. There is more jobs as well. So every there is a human in the loop in the, at least next 5 years, okay, completely. So every claim human have to be test it out. So there is a more work we need to rewrite. So we have a lot of things to do. So Andrew, NG, I think you most of the people know AI currently is like a future of the agentic AI. AI is a new electricity. In 2010, our 11 and 12, everybody talk like a data is like a oil. Now everybody is saying like a AI is the new electricity. So please consider empower the capabilities here. Now, now we understand, guys. Okay, now we are about to learn LLMs. We understand. But before we are learning, please understand their psychology, how really they're behaving. There is so many problems, guys. Let's consider, I think especially whoever the machine learning, okay, they learn bird, they can see this architecture like a simulators, okay, context and everything. So what will happen currently, humans, the way we are thinking, even LLM also thinking the same thing, same powerful. It is almost imitating our patterns, even our goals to write any of the programs, even our experiences also. So please careful, whatever it is giving us, it cannot able to replace. But right now, whatever the claims happening from a LLM side, we are still doing like a human in the loop side. Here, one more thing is like Wikipedia. Whatever the LLM, there is a large, very large corpus of data. They trained it. Very big companies or corporations like a Google, OpenAI, Azure. They have trained with huge text, news, Wikipedias, right? They know the knowledge, but they have some problem. Most of the time, okay, they have very big every domain, everything they know it, but sometimes they are not able to give very simple basic. Suppose if you can ask, okay, very some of the question, very limited amount of text, okay, for suppose if you have what is agentic AI sometimes, okay, it will respond, but you are if you are making a change on top of that, the context currently it's not remember. When that means whenever the session is closed, it is again fresh. There is a researchers are going on. I think recently, yesterday itself, AWS launching some more agent. We'll see that limitation and hallucination. Most of the time, hallucinate. It will hallucinate. Okay, if you're asking, I think whenever you're experienced more on ChatGPT side, it is more hallucinating. So especially in a recently, enterprise are also lost almost 650 plus $1 billion, guys, because of wrong recommendation, fake references. Please understand whatever it is giving the has a output, has a good programmer in the next 20 next century, you should understand every output properly. That is like a very, if it is hallucinating, it is reputationally damage. There is more financial loss as well. At the same time, as I explained already, jagged intelligence, that means it is making some mistakes. Okay, sometimes 9.1111 greater than 9.2 are the strawberry. There's a cycle. It is very much okay ambiguity in the existence. Similarly, there is a gullibility, so it is not able to misleading. Most of the time, currently we are don't have any trust. Sometimes, some of the time, it's misleading. Believing the things also. If we can ask our students, or if we can ask our kids, they're not. If I ask my sons also, right? Okay, the people will say, let me check with ChatGPT, let me check with Google. That means some of the data misleading to the our generation also. So we need to be cross check. Okay, how we are, what type of biases are happening. So that is a main important, guys. First of all, you should understand whatever the claims we are doing. And the next part, I'm going to be talking about like a what is agentic AI. From this onwards, I'm more on the practical and what is especially what type of components we are trying to utilize it. What is agentic AI? I think we are in the currently future of agentic AI. How it is different from the basics of the Gen AI. That means there is a what is agentic AI, how it is different from a Gen AI. Let's first discuss about the agentic. Agentic means to have a capacity of an agency. So what is agency? Agency is the ability of the person or entity to act independently. That means whenever you have a independent data, or if you want to analyze, if you want to make a decision, you should make a decision, act upon it. Agency, suppose whenever we have some work, most of the time we are giving some agents to do that. Similarly, here also there is a agency terms comes under like a agency is differentiate from the agentic AI. So how does agency come into the AI? As a agentic AI means agentic AI is about to using all our Gen AI models to make decisions on the autonomous fashion. Fashion, guys. That means in basic Gen AI, there is a human in the loop. Human provide the prompts and receive the in generated prompts in output. But in agentic AI, we use Gen AI models to make decisions. Then decisions acted upon autonomously without human intervention. That means that is a basic example is like Tesla. We can say that means whole world also moving towards to the most of the organizations also moving towards to the autonomous agents. So you people can see 2026 most of every goal organization is also moving in the final outcome. So the skills we need to be improved. Next comes as a concept as a agent. So right now we know the agent. Okay, agent is a general purpose or entity where all we should understand the environment to process the data, acts upon the specific goal. In this agent, we always use GenAI models. Okay, based upon sometimes we use Google, sometimes OpenAI, based upon your company. Okay, whatever they purchase the API calls, we are trying to utilize those GenAI models. Uh, that is comes under the organization to organization which model they would like to utilize. So ad agents always interact with those GenAI models. Agents may or may not, it will never, whenever you're saying agentic state point of view, it may or may not interact with humans. It's not all the use cases. It will interact as a human in the loop. Some of the use cases human in the loop, some of the cases we should not involve the human in the loop because that is already claimed and cross verified by humans. So in that case, there is a whenever we are trying to make any agents, first of all, how to create it. As a agent, it takes natural language as an input and provide natural language output like audio, video, or images, whatever it is. But understand here, this sentence is very much important. Is like agents are autonomy, self-directed decision making. Whatever we are doing here, most of the time is a natural language. That means future point of view, whether we are right, are you going to be right Python? Are you going to be right Java? Most of the agents we are giving natural language as an input. So we are moving towards to as a plain language software programmer. But how are we what but we should understand agent should how it is able to adapt whatever the changing environments and execute these plans whatever as a developer we are giving as a task, how it is proactively able to use those observations and make quick decisions and act upon that. And also we should know dynamically the information also changing around them, so agents should act accordingly. Agents can interact with humans at the same time. In future agents too, there is a multi-agent workflows already coming to the market, most of the use cases. So we are trying to interact with multiple agents as well. So we should continue learning from their experiences. They should always self-validate before we are giving the output. So these are like a examples I can consider like some of the system like we are scheduling a meeting without taking some permissions each time. Some react whatever I'm just giving some characteristics accordingly. Some of the examples is like a proactively agent breaks whatever the writing research paper, at least it is drafted. most of the students, even the in most of the organizations already using all these agents. And let me give you one small example. Software, most of the people, this is like a day to day, irrespective of whichever the uh, domain we have. Every day we are trying to enhance software, or we are troubleshooting or fixing the issues. So I'm just trying to give you like this complete troubleshooting fix. How this agentic is different from a manual process or basic Gen AI. I'm just dividing like a manual process, traditional Gen AI, and Gen AI. Let's talk about the manual process. In a manual process, okay, as a software problem, we are trying to fix and we should deploy it. First, we are trying to take all the logs, whichever the logs is available in the production system, whether it is a Splunk, whatever the log system in a companies they have. First, we should understand it. We should mine it. We should filter it. We should analyze those logs. Once we understand as a software, okay, we are trying to find the root cause of the issue. Only to understand logs, root cause the issue, with my experience, at least it will take minimum to minimum 3 hours, minimum to minimum. Sometimes it max to 2 to 3 days also, based upon the capacity ish complexity. So right now, what is happening? This is and also we are trying to fix it and we are deploying. But whenever we are trying to make as a traditional Gen AI, okay, we are trying to take a help from Gen AI models. Here, all manual process that in a Gen AI side, okay, LLM can able to. In the second case, we are trying to analyze all the logs, and also once it is analyzing all the logs, it is also proposing the fix. But here we are not uh, as a human in the loop. As I said, in a traditional Gen AI, we are cross-checking what exactly it is proposing that change. Based upon that, we as a humans, as a we are the prod support team, our dev team, okay, whoever it is, they are deploying the changes in the production. This is every day, every company they are making. There are 24 by 7 support across India, US, whichever the countries. Every software, there is a prod support 24 by 7, they're supporting their existing systems. Now, in case of agent, let's coming to the in case of agent. Today, there is a Saturday, Sunday also. Prod support last 70 years. If you can consider, if I'm calling about software last 70 years, 24 by 7, they're working. In case agentic AI come into the picture, let's set up that can be done through AI agents. So at least here, all agents can able to help you each stage of the workflow, whether it is analyzing, proposing, implementing the fixes also. So here, you people should understand, whenever we are making agents, okay, we are trying to integrate with your repos. I mean to say GitLab or GitHub, whatever the repositories you people are using in a different companies. So again, we are deploying means you're using Jenkins and CI/CD pipelines. When so he agents already integrating with multiple systems. So we are moving towards to integrate agents with multiple systems. There is a concept called again MCPs. Every company is coming their own MCPs. Okay, Salesforce, Adobe, or whichever you people are companies called. They are also coming each their own MCPs to interact very easily. We'll talk that is details, but I'm just taking takeaways like in agentic world, there is a completely we can do end to end. So main benefits we see, there is a challenges also we already see in agentic AI. But what are the things we need to learn? As of my whole experience, at least in the last 5 years, okay, on these frameworks, machine learning and agentic side, there are multiple frameworks coming to the picture. Every day they are changing as well. But first one, what I mentioned, lang graph. Crew AI, AutoGen, Llama Index, and Semantic Kernel. But the first one, LangGraph, is a mature production ready and also currently till today, okay, 6/12/2025. If you, I think it's a, considering as most mature and production ready framework. If someone teaching you Crew AI, AutoGen, that is depends on the functionality. But if you want to productionize any agentic, please try to learn from a LangChain and LangGraph point of view. That is a mature production ready. Any of the Fortune 500 companies that are utilizing these frameworks. So that is best for complex. Why that is the best? Because this is a framework is only best for complex and stateful and multi-agent system is supporting. And Crew AI, suppose whenever, how are we going to be take differentiate? Depends on the use case. Okay, we can able to recommend. Suppose if you only recommend like a rule-based agent collaboration, I can recommend to Crew AI. If you're talking about strong coding point of view, good research backing point of view, I'm only recommend like a AutoGen. Similarly, guys, now agentic, the next part. Now we understand what is agentic, what is benefits and everything. Now we are going to the practical agentic AI system. Before we go the demos, okay, first you people understand the components, how agentic AI is really created. Now, agentic AI system is own architecture. They have their own architecture. They have several services working together. So we explore and discuss these components, everything. And at the same time, in this go, whatever the framework, okay, we're just talking, okay, there are multiple framework, okay. It's not everything is the same implementation point of view. So let's look at the what are the components we have. So first component, guys, these are the component whatever I'm just talking about next 4 to 5 tools. That is your next 2 to 3 years. These are the terms. Uh, Goal is the first component. Goal is the task, guys. Is that is provide we should provide to the agent. This is the goal. The agent is expected. What exactly we want to achieve. So here the goal is like a prompt. The user can consider whatever you want to consider as a goal. Sometimes even goals also more complex, and also there is multiple steps to achieve that task. So along with goals, there is one more component, guys, input. As a user, okay, we should also provide some inputs. Other inputs also we should take, okay, there might be external knowledge, or we are also observing the data. So these are the first two components. As a combined, we are trying to give as a third component is a that is a hard orchestrator. That is orchestrator is a component to use. How it will also use another component as a planner. It will try to execute the complete plan of the goal. What are the things I want to achieve as part of this? What this planner is doing, this planner will turn to use LLM. So behind the scenes, whenever we are doing as a chat GPT, hi, understand your input you're taking as a in goal as a high as an input. It went to your orchestrator as a component. Again, it went to the back to the planner as one more component. What are the things I need to execute it? Okay, what is the weather today in a in India, what wherever it is, that is your input. Now it is going back to understand that input, that progress, move towards to the next action as a LLM, where LLMs plays a role, whether what kind of decision he need to take to make a application, whether it is agentic or not. This LLM again, it is doing like it is going to use one more as a executor. This executor will execute all the plans. But here the question, This sometimes there is a multiple patterns in the components point of view. There is like a rag, okay? There are plans, okay? Execution always execute multiple plans. It is cross-checking. What list of what are the tools currently I have it? What tool I need to execute? What are my input? Which input I want to execute in what order? Tools can be multiple things whenever you're working on the business, depends on your use case point of view. There are multiple, but RAG can be considered as your knowledge retrieval and another functions. Okay, sometimes we are all the software people, most of the time C or CPP or Java, we are returning as a software function. These functions will be called as a specific input. Guys, this is what I need to do it. So there are multiple capabilities to compute each and every services. So these once these execute completely, another agent we can call to you should delegate, okay, as a memory. Executor can also directly talk to your outputs, and at the same time it is trying to understand your planner and other services. The finally the outputs are generated from your orchestrator. And also there is a big complex is memory component. Here, the memory component last 3 to 4 years, there is more researches are going on. Just last week only, there is some big news. Okay, right now there is a short-term memory also can able to handle the agents, but how it is mature, we have yet to validate. So, an agentic AI system, whenever I'm saying this component, you are going to utilize completely in your day-to-day. Those are your main components. Now we are moving deep dive. I don't want to deep dive like there is see whenever I'm goal right each and every component there is a very big deep dive. Okay, but this is very basics. Now we are moving towards to the agents. Let's consider many people. You people already see ChatGPT or you in your mobile anywhere you're chatting already. I want to fix these things. You're asking very Copilot people are using or Amazon Q you're using in your organizations. So we are using very plain language, English. It is trying to fix the issues as well. Similarly, as a traditional till 2023, if I can ask, you can ask me guys, even till 24, mid 2024, traditional interface, I fixed it manually. I need to write the program, everything. But after Amazon Q, everything comes into the LLM integrations with a Visual Studio. Very rare we are writing. Everything is fixed by your LLM integrations. This is also one of the cursor. Even that you can also create any UI very easily. And one of the big things, suppose let's consider one of the things you people are also students. Okay, if you want to create a new company, like one of the examples is a Perplexity. Perplexity also one of the biggest company. Okay, that is evolved using LLMs, one of the big company guys, and scale AI also. So there is a more opportunities if you just have a vision to do something. Right now you have everything as a tools, as a LLM tools, you can able to incorporate it. Previously, can we? This is also Adobe software. Adobe, okay, the way the content creation point of view, whether LLM can able to see each and every component, like a Tesla, whenever it is driving, right, it is trying to capture each and every image. Okay. Previously, last year, last 1.5 year back, there is a trials got failed, but right now it's success. It's already launched 4 cities in US. That means that much capture proper LLMs are already working in autonomic world side in real world. So consider, especially from India point of view, even 100, there is only 10 companies moving towards to autonomy side, but most of the companies still we are in the human plus AI generation in at least 2 to 3 years. Most of the verification done by human and all most of the software code is taken care by AI. This is like a one. So now let's create our first agent, guys. Okay, how are we going to be? I will just show you, okay, how we can able to create a any agent. So the prerequisite, guys, okay, first of all, most of the people, okay, whenever you're already moving to agentic side means you're pretty much good on the Python. That is a basic. Okay, and also in your system also you should install everything. Just cross check. And there is a UV. Okay, previously every time we are using pip installed UV. Okay, that is the first command we should install. After that, whatever the package manager, okay, the complete project, okay, it is handled by UV. It's extremely powerful. It's at the same time it's 10 to 100x speed. Whenever you're installing same thing in pip command, if you can compare to UV, it's a 10x speed, minimum 10x speed, mostly it's 100x also. So my recommendation, the first initial foundation, whenever you're creating project also, please use UV. Once you're creating a UV, so first you need to create a init command to completely like a initialize the project. Once you're initializing the project, okay, previously what happened, especially why I'm saying these first two commands is like, if you want to develop agentic, these are the basics. There is a indentation, okay, code format issue, encoding issue, detect errors, code quality issues. What will happen in the past? Code quality, there is sonar, okay. There is a tools also in a organization. I'm people, even developers never bother about that. Code quality, okay, I will check in later once it's more into production. So it's not like that in agentic. There is a libraries UV once if it initially itself before you're pushing into dev environment, we need to detect what are the common issues we have. Is there any violations we have? Is there any vulnerability we have? So we should cross check. That is the first step. That is the reason before I move to demo, I just explain these things. That means the foundation itself is changing. So now let's talk about the LangChain or LangGraph. Okay, let me go back to the demos quickly. So first, I'm going to talk about agentic AI, where it has a traditional intelligent. Okay, what this I'm going to talk about like a very traditional code itself, and how intelligently it is talking. Let me quickly share my visual code. My visual code. Can someone confirm? Are you able to see my visual code?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Mm, guys, I think I already showed you. Okay, today I just planned for today, December 6th. Okay, I'm just planning for three. Whatever the pattern I just explained. Okay, there is a three times. Okay, let's consider like a this is the basic one. Okay, uh, I'm not going through each and every details on the code point of view, guys. Okay, as I told you, like a initial line graph and line chain, we should able to import it. And currently, I'm using OpenAI libraries. TypeDict is like a complete that formatting and complete data source comparison. And with my knowledge, I'm using like a Perplexity as a AI as a API key. I took it based upon whichever the API you people, whether OpenAI or Azure or cloud, whichever the things you can able to utilize it. So first, we are just defining the function. What are the things I would like to do? So on this, okay, let me run the first, then I will explain the code as well. So here I'm trying to get you very simple, whatever the how GenAI model we are trying to integrate with our Python code. Streamlit 1228. let's consider, guys. I'm just giving like a agentic AI demo. One is like, okay, I'm just basic. Okay, anyone, either BTech or MC or a professional, everybody wants to learn something. Okay, whenever we are trying to learn, okay, first, at least the first point is like how we are trying to interact with our Gen AI. Has my presentation first third slide I mentioned how we are interacting with the Gen AI models. That means this is the first I'm trying to interact. This is on this program. I first interacted with my Gen AI. So whatever I'm just mentioning, either is a high, instead might be miss H, it is giving. So I can able to talk as a student. Suppose I want to understand what is agentic AI. So now agent is thinking behind the scenes. Now I will explain you the code. See here, agentic AI does not answer the question, but it help you the autonomous action, goal driven program, whatever it is. Okay, so behind the scenes on this program, okay, what I did, I integrated one of the Gen AI model. Now has a state, I talked. Okay, I talk completely like a one of the state as a messages. Whatever I'm trying to get as a role messages. Okay, I'm trying to as a looping everything. I'm putting as a system prompt. First prompt. Okay, here I'm using like a Sono Pro. All messages I'm considering as a system prompt, please talk to that state, and there is a agent. Okay, there is a entry graph, there is a big concept. Now at least we are hitting to Gen AI model. That is the first basics one. So that if you want to create any of your students or in your family, you can also integrate with the basic program. Second, this is like a one of the data engineer most of the time. Okay, second is like a data engineers, what they're doing across the world. Currently we have, mm, let me run it, eight, not 100% or 80%, we are already using SQL queries most of the time, either SQL queries, mm, big data, we are already using MySQL, Snowflake, whichever thing. Every data we are already storing in databases. Now I want to interact with plain language. Even I don't want to learn my SQL, my database, even my joins, inner conditions. I want to ask my plain English. I mean to say plain prompts or complex prompts, whatever it is. On this second, my first question, my always I told you like first it's a manual. First we are trying to talk Gen AI. Second, I'm trying to integrate. I mean to say, guys, if you can see today, I set up like there is a MySQL. This is like a different system, different company or different tool you can consider. So on this, okay, there is a databases, there is a table, select star from, we can able to do through agent. Here on this agent, I'm integrating the third. That means multi, you can talk as a multi agent also, but here I can consider like a, I'm integrating into one system through agent. So I connected my SQL agent. So here after if I run, I can able to ask, even I wrote my SQL prompt, give me some example, show me the database. So here you can see it is running that complete program. It is trying to ask, okay, now I can able to ask show databases. Instead of I go back to data, query it through plain, I can able to ask, even I doesn't know. Okay, so it's already displaying all the databases name. Now show me what are all tables we have. Tell me what are all tables we have. Anything, whichever the language, okay, has a plain side. So it is trying to understand on this SQL. These are my different fraud detection, my SQL. These are the schemas I have. On the schema, okay, database, okay, now I have these many tables. Even I can ask it. Based upon this schema, okay, suppose if I want to ask some other questions also like, what are the recent fraud alerts are happening? anything. Let's consider there is a alerts I just mentioned. What are all patterns we have in these tables? So please understand here it is not able to find the patterns. Display 5 records for alerts table. So the plain language in English, we are chatting. Behind the scenes, there is a state agent. I have not whatever the nodes as I mentioned as the internal as the agentic component. Behind the scenes, everything is running and it is displaying your output. So as part of second demo, first I communicate with this different system. So tomorrow, if you want to talk any database, it is feasible. So we can able to connect to external system through AI agent. Through plain language, here even you can able to analyze, even you can able to insights the complete reports also. We can able to generate it. Due to the time, I'm just showing like a very basic how we are integrating. That last demo, there is like a one more advanced. There is multiple patterns, guys. Only why I focus these three is like how we are interacting Gen AI. Second, how we are interacting the system integration with third system. And the third, I'm integrating with RAG system. This is very much across organization, at least till last year or this year, most of the organizations are using RAG pattern. Even the RAG pattern itself, it came almost 1.5 year. Okay, everybody is working. I just want to show you how we need to be, what exactly it means. So most of the people already know there is a in financial companies, or if you already aware any stock market side and any financial companies, there is a corporate listings here happening every day, every second, right? So every second there is multiple PDFs or CSV are generated. There is a MBA people, finance people, CFA people are okay. There are the people reading complete documents, 250 pages, whether it is 100 pages, they are trying to read it based upon this corporate action. Their next immediate day will display, our next quarter the company performance also. These CAs, financial planners, everybody can able to understand the things. For that, I just create like a small RAG demo on the fintech side. Sorry. And the third, RAG fintech. Here, what we can do, I'm just downloaded today latest NSC. Are you able to see my NSC data as well? 1 second. Let me show you completely, share my complete screen, entire screen, share. See, this is like a one of the corporates, okay, every day. 8th December, there is a today is a 6th December. There is a Seco company, even I doesn't know. Okay, might be they are doing some bonus. Similarly, every day there are multiple filings are happening. Every seconds also. Okay, sometimes okay across every industries. So I just downloaded. Okay, this one due to the time. Seco. Now understand this is RAG. Okay, now we are telling agent don't go your corpus. That means that is already Wikipedia, very big one. Don't go there. Please go whatever the document I am giving. So please try to answer based upon this document. Don't give you like a Google document on outside. So for that there is a multiple patterns we need to follow. First of all, we should there is a embeddings we should use. The second, in embedding model I use like a here due to the my local. So I have not used embeddings from OpenAI. I'm using, there is a intentionally I'm using sentence transformer. That is an open source free one. That is the reason I used it. And Once I index the document, all the embeddings we should store in the one database. So here, time being, I just showed ChromaDB, but in practical, in any companies, we should use Open Search. There is a separate database. Now we chunked it. The chunking mechanism, it's in now entire document is chunked. Now at least I can able to ask question. What is the company name? Even I doesn't know what exactly on the document. Suppose if we can ask, we can ask the agent. Agent will go back to your document, the complete chunk mechanism based upon the document. It is giving, guys, this is Seco Industries Limited. So has a, if I'm using, let's consider there is a 250 pages document within a fraction of within a 1 minute, even I cannot able to give some decisions. At least this is the one more pattern, guys. So there are more, I can say, as a agentic we are moving. This is at least as a foundation, as whenever we started, at least your initial day one start as a demo 3 rack. Any questions, guys? Any feedback? Any questions? Any doubts? I'm open. We are open to Q&A. I do agree. It's very quickly. We have like 3 demos, and there is more to digest if you're completely new. But that is the basics, at least the foundation. Even I have not go through in depth as well. That is a very basics.
Mahesh, one small request.
Yes,
Hello,
please. Yes, please.
able to hear me?
Yes, I can able to hear.
Yeah. So, apart from the company name, right? Can you give some other use case of from the document? It will be really helpful.
See, document side, the company point of view, or which domain you want to take some examples, so that I can able to help you on the specific domain also.
For example, you uploaded that NSC data, right? From there, if you want to ask something, right, it is going to uh, evaluate that and give you the result.
Yes. See, there are two things. Okay, one is NSC point of view. See, there is a RAG mechanism is like that is your local documents. Okay, once you're trying, you're informing to the okay large language model. Don't go
Mm-hmm.
any outside full corpus of data. Only whatever your you can consider like that is your personal or company proprietary data. Most of the time we are all our companies we are working, right? All the data is already confidential, very confident. SPI, we always can sensitive personal information, right? Everything is sensitive. So for that, how are we going to utilize? So how are you going to train our agent? So that is the reason there is a big architecture. There is a RAG pattern architecture we have. So all your internals data should go through this pattern. So that is the reason I just give you an example. If you have any confidential data, you should go with the RAG pattern.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Anyone have any questions? We'll wait for 1 more minute. If not, we can end up.
Yeah, thank you, sir. It's a nice overview of the whole agentic one.
Yeah, you're welcome. And feel free to ask any questions, guys. Okay, it's a kind of like a community, guys. Okay, we can able to build anything. Okay, this is currently we are in the very good era. Very good era, guys. Please utilize it. Thank you all. If you want to connect with us, always feel free to connect our same WhatsApp and everything group chats.
Okay, sir.
Thanks, man.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thanks, Mahesh. Thank you all.